97.1 QMG, the best R&B and old school, along with our sister station, 1510, Big Will Gospel. The weekend edition of Community Focus, officially back from commercial break. And so, a station identification, if you will. Renee Vaughn, thank you so much, fam, as always, again, for the company. If you're just joining us, appreciate you for taking this opportunity early, this time of morning, to find out what's happening in our community. And it's this, the Body by Vi 90-day challenge. Gotta work on that, James.
Yes, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, right. No, I'm not gonna practice it. I'll practice it offhand.
Okay.
But no, the Body by Vi 90-day challenge, again, one of the fastest growing health phenomenons sweeping the nation and taking at least 90 days to focus on doing something to improve your health and your body. And this is actually an opportunity where, James, as we are back on Community Focus, to really get into what this 90-day challenge is all about, and just go ahead and put out the invitation, if you will, to our Community Focus family that as they hear this information, we want them to take that initiative and even give them the incentive to want to join and be a part of this 90-day challenge.
Well, there's definitely a lot of reasons to join. It's not just about what you have to lose with the 90-day challenge, but it's also what you have to gain.
Exactly.
Visalis Sciences gives away $10 million a year in prizes to challenge champions who take the 90-day challenge, kind of share their story, their before and after pictures and things of that nature. And every 90 days, champions are chosen, and you can win anything from free products to makeovers to cruises. So, that's a pretty big incentive there
much so.
as well. But at the end of the day, everybody wins because you're doing something that's going to help your body. And what we're doing, we're actually mixing things up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Mixing things up. On February 4th, we're going to kick things off with a huge challenge party, and we're going to put a challenge between the cities. And what we have going on here is we're going to have Charlotte, North Carolina, take on the Triad. We kind of put the Triad together because, Charlotte's big. So Greensboro, Winston, High Point, Kernersville, all the surrounding areas. Everybody come out to a challenge party at the Greensboro Coliseum on February 4th. Okay. And what a challenge party is basically just a kickoff to the 90-day challenge, getting everybody together, everybody motivated, excited to come out and set their goals. We're going to have prizes, giveaways. We'll have little Zumba maybe going on there. There are a lot of significant or notable people, rather, that are promoting the challenge, so you never know who will show up to one of our parties.
Pop in.
I was just down in Atlanta at a national event we had, and Roy Jones Jr. is a promoter of the challenge. Saw him down in Atlanta. Hulk Hogan's a promoter of the challenge, and he shows up to events. And a lot of other people. Smokey Norfolk, he's a promoter of the challenge. I'm actually working on his challenge website right now. So there's a lot of exciting people.
Absolutely.
You never know who will show up.
That's true. So not only do you have a gospel artist, a renowned gospel artist, but you've got a former wrestler, well-known wrestler, and even a boxer.
Absolutely. And actually, Miss Jenny Lynn was Miss Olympia in 2006 and 2007, and she's a promoter of the challenge. She's actually a business partner of mine. A lot of my business partners are down in Tampa, Florida right now. It's where Jenny stays. She's actually getting married today, so quick shout out to Jenny Lynn and Scott Travis. Congratulations on that.
Nice.
But when Miss Olympia is doing something, you got to take note of it if it's concerning health.
Exactly. And let's make mention of one other person who is in on the challenge, and I think once I say this name, I don't know if people are going to smile or because this brother was in the best physical shape when you saw him on the hardwood and you saw him on the court, and he was part of that Detroit Piston championship team. And of course, I'm talking about NBA legend Dennis Rodman.
And Dennis Rodman, of course, we all know a lot of things about Dennis Rodman. He
good, bad, or otherwise.
Good, bad, or otherwise. But when it came to on that hardwood, I mean, he's one of the best defenders.
He was the epitome of physical fitness.
And he's a promoter of the challenge. So a lot of different people. I'm probably leaving some people out who promoted the challenge. Dirk Cheatwood, he's on General Hospital. He's an actor. He's the promoter of the challenge. So a lot of exciting people. Some other people who don't promote the challenge, but have just taken the challenge for themselves. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's taking the challenge, and I know you're looking at you at taking the challenge here.
Yeah, I'm really, from what I'm hearing and really information that James and our correspondents from emails looking at this, and you've even given me some of the product that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes as well to try. Actually, let's go ahead and do that, in which people will have an opportunity to use the protein shake as a meal replacement to start dropping those pounds, or really just for the toning or just for the good nutrition.
Yeah, and it's just that simple. Visalis Sciences has a great lineup of products from protein cookies to multivitamins, healthy energy drinks, and things of that nature. But really, the staple product is the protein shake.
Yeah,
it's the Vice Shape protein shake, and people who are looking to lose weight can use this protein shake as a meal replacement.
Right.
You know, instead of having a nasty breakfast with, biscuits and hash browns and all that
good
kind of
old
stuff.
grease.
Yeah, have a shake, and the shake tastes great. I'm an athlete. I did sports in high school and college, and I've had different protein shakes, and a lot of them have kind of a gritty taste, and aftertaste, and things of that nature. Now, this is not a McDonald's triple thick shake or anything, but as far as protein shakes are concerned,
it's better.
Is the best protein shake that I've ever tasted from a taste standpoint. Which, if something doesn't taste good,
And that sounds like something that with Visalis Sciences is that they took the initiative to really do the research in talking with the general public, as far as, because you're absolutely right, James, that I think that is the one, for, shall we say, for lack of a better word, complaint that people have when they take these meal replacements or start taking these protein shakes is taste. And it's just exactly as you said. If it doesn't taste good, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to stick with that product.
We call it the shake mix that tastes like cake mix. The vanilla batter or flavor of it, it kind of has like a cake mix type of taste.
Yeah.
And we have over 200, 300 recipes. So because it's a vanilla shake, you can add, a chocolate flavor pack to it, and you got a chocolate shake and banana or whatever recipe you want to come up with.
The mixing it up, earlier.
And that's why we really have parties, because you get a blender out and you start, mixing things up, and you have
getting real
fun
creative.
And start getting creative and different things of that nature. So it tastes great. And to your point about the research that went into it, it's been about $10 million worth of science that's gone into these shakes. So not only for the taste standpoint, but also just for the health benefits, the nutritional benefits to the shakes, aside from the protein, is just phenomenal. I'm not a nutritionist, so I won't embarrass myself and try to get into it. But I do know that there's a special blend of protein that is going to build muscle, which is going to burn fat at the same time, and the fiber within the shake as well gives you a full feeling. Because if one complaint is the taste of products that help you lose weight, another complaint is people being hungry. Nobody wants to do something to lose weight if they're going to be hungry the whole time. So there is a fiber within the shake that gives you a full feeling.
Wow. And that's important. That's key too, because I think a lot of people, when they hear of either protein shake or meal replacement, sometimes that's the difficulty in having to give up, whether it be the breakfast, whether it be the lunch, or whether it be the dinner, because they're afraid of, missing that feeling, that fulfillment of not having something to eat. And I think that's a lot of times where we make that mistake of overeating or overindulging ourselves, because we feel, well, if we skipped that meal, we try to compensate and make up for it. And sometimes that's where we sabotage ourselves in terms of trying to lose that weight. And I don't know if you may agree with this or not, James, but a lot of people have difficulty in the word diet. I think diet is that one word that has so many, I think, misinterpretations or not exactly the right definition. I think that's another thing that makes it a challenge when we do get to that point where this is where I want to start losing weight. Because I think for a lot of people, when we say dieting, there's a negative, I think, connotation to that. And it's very confusing for a lot of people.
I think it has shaped up to be that way, where diet has a negative connotation. Well, when we really look into it, maybe at a denotative level, everybody has a diet. Everybody's on a diet. You're on a good diet. You're on a bad diet.
Exactly.
You have good nutrition, bad nutrition. And there's one thing that I know for sure is you cannot outwork bad nutrition. My wife, she did, before she took the 90-day challenge, she was doing Insanity. I don't know if you've seen that workout program.
I've seen those infomercials.
It's scary.
It is. And the name is
so
perfect.
fitting.
It is.
It is so fitting.
Really is.
It is insane. And she did it. And she didn't play with it. I mean, she did the thing hard. She didn't skip any days or anything of that nature. But she lost 4 pounds over 60 days doing Insanity, because my wife, she likes food, and she said, I work as hard as I have to. I just want to eat what I want. Yeah. And you can't outwork bad nutrition. And so she lost 4 pounds over 60 days doing Insanity without doing good nutrition, and with doing the nutritional shakes of the Body by Vite challenge in 60 days, she lost 15 pounds.
Wow! So look at the difference.
So definitely, and I don't advocate doing nutrition alone. The best combo is to be active as well as
eating healthy.
It's really simple. It's really straightforward. If you had to do one over the other, nutrition is the way, because for my wife, for instance, when she took the first 60 days of her 90-day challenge, she actually couldn't work out because of her knee problems. So the first 60 days, these last 30 days here, she is working out again. But the first 60 days of losing 15 pounds was just strictly based off the meal replacement shakes.
Excellent. And with that said too, James, I think that's also key too, is for our listeners this morning is to understand, because I know all of us have individual weight goals. The weight that we want to either get back to, or the weight that we're trying to maintain, if it's a good, healthy weight. I think the problem for a lot of us is we get into that mindset, I got to lose 100 pounds in like 6 months. But that's where the reality's got to kick in, and you got to rationalize the fact that, sure, you can lose those 100 pounds, but you have to set a realistic goal. And I think that's very key. 90 days is realistic. That's what, over 3 months?
It's right around 3 months.
Right around 3 months. But to do it gradually to a point where, and I like what you were saying with Yolanda losing the 15, for a person who can lose 5, or whether it's just 2 pounds, to do it in gradual stages. And when you stick with the program, because that's another thing, is the commitment. Once you make that commitment to say, I'm going to do this, and you stick with it, then you see 2 pounds, then you see another 2, then you see another 5. And so the number slowly increases. So the thing is to get away from that mindset of just trying to lose that whole 100 pounds at one time, and instead break it down into little bits and pieces, because eventually the sum of it's going to add up to that whole.